Around 3% of the entire planet heard it. A sound so immense, it wrapped the Earth multiple times. This wasn't just a loud noise. It was an event that altered global weather, painted sunsets vivid hues for years, and left a lasting scar on the human psyche. It was the 1883 eruption of Krakatoa, a volcanic cataclysm that redefined our understanding of Earth's raw power. Before August 27, 1883, Krakatoa was a relatively unknown volcanic island nestled between Java and Sumatra in the Dutch East Indies, modern-day Indonesia. For centuries, it had been mostly quiet, a lush green jewel in the tropical sea, home to a scattering of small villages. But beneath that serene exterior, immense forces were stirring. The Ring of Fire, a horseshoe-shaped belt around the Pacific Ocean, is a hotbed of seismic activity, and Krakatoa sits squarely within it. The plates were grinding, pressure building, waiting for its inevitable release. In May of 1883, the first warnings began. Ships passing through the Sunda Strait reported seeing plumes of smoke and ash rising hundreds of feet from Krakatoa's cone. Local residents felt tremors, a low rumble beneath their feet, a distant drumbeat of what was to come. These early eruptions were largely ignored by the colonial authorities in Batavia, now Jakarta, about 100 miles away. They were accustomed to minor volcanic activity. Life went on, traders sailed, farmers tilled their fields, utterly unaware of the impending doom. The preliminary phase continued for several months, a slow, agonizing build-up. Minor explosions, ashfalls, and seismic shudders became more frequent. The island's inhabitants, accustomed to their fiery neighbor, likely dismissed them as part of the mountain's natural rhythm. Then on Sunday, August 26th, the tempo changed dramatically. At around 1 p.m., local time, a series of powerful explosions began, sending a column of ash and debris miles into the sky. The sky over the Sunda Strait turned dark, even in the middle of the day. Ash rained down, covering ships and towns nearby in a thick, suffocating blanket. The sound was immense, but still localized. People reported hearing it hundreds of miles away, a continuous roar, a sound like distant thunder that never quite faded. But this was merely the overture. The true fury of Krakatoa was yet to be unleashed. The island was literally tearing itself apart from the inside, its magma chamber collapsing, creating a void that the ocean would soon rush in to fill. The morning of August 27th brought the crescendo. At 5:30 a.m., 6:44 a.m., 10:02 a.m., and 10:41 a.m., Krakatoa detonated in 4 colossal explosions, each exponentially more powerful than the last. The 10:02 a.m. blast was the most devastating. This final explosion was estimated to have the force of 200 megatons of TNT, roughly 13,000 times the power of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. It obliterated 2/3 of the island, leaving behind a caldera, a massive underwater crater. The sound wave from that 10:02 a.m. blast traveled the globe multiple times. Barographs across the world, instruments designed to measure atmospheric pressure, registered the shockwave for 5 days. People reported hearing it in Perth, Australia, 2,000 miles away. It was heard in Mauritius, 3,000 miles distant. Even on Rodriguez Island, nearly 3,000 miles away in the Indian Ocean, residents reported a heavy cannonade from the east. To put that in perspective, imagine hearing a sound from New York City and Los Angeles. The atmospheric pressure wave alone wasn't the only global impact. The volcanic debris, propelled miles into the stratosphere, created an atmospheric spectacle. Fine ash and sulfur dioxide circled the Earth for years, scattering sunlight in unprecedented ways. This led to the most spectacular sunsets ever recorded. Artists like William Ashcroft painted the skies over London in fiery reds and oranges. The famous The Scream by Edvard Munch is even rumored to have been inspired by the Krakatoa sunsets visible in Norway. Global temperatures dropped by an average of 1.2 degrees Celsius in the year following the eruption, as the atmospheric veil reflected sunlight. This seemingly small drop had significant consequences for agriculture and weather patterns worldwide. But the immediate impact was a humanitarian catastrophe. The collapse of the island generated massive tsunamis, some reaching over 130 feet high. These monstrous waves crashed into the coastlines of Java and Sumatra, obliterating towns and villages. The official death toll was over 36,000, though many historians believe the true number was much higher, perhaps closer to 120,000. Entire communities were simply wiped off the map, swallowed by the sea or buried under volcanic ash. Ships in the Sunda Strait were tossed around like toys. The steamship Barao was carried too, 5 miles inland by a tsunami, found resting high in a valley. Another ship, the J. Loudon, reported a crew member dying from ruptured eardrums due to the blast. The aftermath was a scene of unparalleled devastation. Floating pumice rafts, some miles wide, drifted across the Indian Ocean for months, hindering navigation. The air was thick with ash and the smell of sulfur, a constant reminder of the planet's fury. Krakatoa's eruption became a global event, not just for its physical impacts, but for its psychological ones. It was a stark reminder of humanity's vulnerability in the face of nature's power, an event that truly echoed around the world in more ways than one. Today, a new island, Anak Krakatau, or Child of Krakatoa, has risen from the caldera, a testament to the Earth's continuous dynamic processes. It's a living laboratory, a constant reminder of the forces that shaped and continue to shape our world. The lessons of Krakatoa resonate even today, pushing scientists to better understand and monitor volcanic activity. It forces us to confront the power that lies beneath our feet, a power that can, in an instant, change everything. What other forgotten natural disasters shaped our history?